it's me, Wace and Johnny Ty with the Kuma Survival School here in Chicago, and I have a good friend and a good guest from out of town, my buddy, Snake Blocker.
Snake Blocker.
How's it going, bro?
Oh, it's awesome, Johnny.
Good, man, good.
Good to be here. Glad to meet up with you again.
Always, man. It's family. So, you're in town for a seminar, teaching some Apache knife battle tactics. How's that going?
Going great. Yeah, we're at the Krav Maga School in Illinois. It's the only major certified school by the Krav Maga International. They have a lot of special speakers that come in from around the world. This year they're my main host, and we're doing a great job today and tomorrow.
Awesome, dude. So you got some new products out. You know, obviously this is a combination of all of our stuff, but you got some thrower advanced trainers. This one's the God Country Core Snake Blocker series. It's a 1098 high carbon steel, right? Heat treated around the edges. Tell me about it, man. How'd you come around with this design? It's pretty wicked.
Well, Brian Mead's the guy who put it all together, and then I coordinated with him, and I said, hey, here's the deal. We have two people, when I do seminars around the country, they say, you know, I want, they could buy rubber knives and those types of training knives, plastic knives, so there was no need for me to fix what wasn't broken.
Right, exactly.
But for the advanced students, I want them to have a little bit more of practicality, and I want them to use dull metal blades and something more practical that has more of a weight to a real knife. So, number one, they wanted advanced trainers. Number two, everybody asked me in the seminars, hey, I want something that I can throw. What do you recommend? What do you recommend? What do you recommend?
Right.
And, I can only recommend so many. And I wanted something simple too, where a beginner, I can give them something that they can throw. Because, yeah, there could be a throwing knife design or a throwing tomahawk design that I can give somebody, but unless they're skilled, they're not going to be able to master it well at an early stage until they practice.
Right.
So I wanted something where, hey, if you do the aerodynamics correctly and you have the lightweight and you have the thinness to it, it could be both a trainer knife or a trainer tomahawk, and it can be used for throwing.
Right. Okay.
So I could basically teach anybody in 5 minutes how to throw these tomahawks and knives, and it's like, boom, it's done. They're going to feel good about it, and you could advance later to heavier objects.
And this is not the Bruce, but it's the Pan Apache Snake Blocker Series Tomahawk, and it is also it's also got a black coating on it. It is also 1098 high carbon steel. This is about what, 12, 13 inches, and he's designed it so you could stick it with any side. In fact, I know he could stick it, but I'm going to stick these in a tree tomorrow because I have a seminar out in the Grays Lake area. So, but these are paracord wrapped handles. They're really good. I've already liked the weight on this, and as Snake was pointing out, because they have the pointed ends, you have to kind of throw it like this from up there, right?
Yeah, lower than average. What it is if you see like the tomahawk throwers and the guys out there, I got a few friends that are big world time throwers, and when you see they design as well, but when you start seeing the competition, you're not going to see these big bulky battle type axes being thrown. You're going to see they like to raw it all down. It's just like race car drivers.
Right.
The less that's on there, the less luxury. They take out all the padding, they take out all the seat comforts. Same thing with the competitive side of it. So to be competitive in the knife and tomahawk throwing area, you want aerodynamics, lightweight, and also length also matters. People visualize these bigger axes or tomahawks, and it's like, no. First of all, I wanted to keep it specific to, with the Lee Pan Apache, what our tribe has, we had smaller versions with the war clubs in the old days, so I wanted to kind of emulate some of the old stuff, and that's where we kind of, Brian and I kind of talked about that, because he already had a shorter version that I liked.
And Brian Mead is the guy that helped you make this.
Yeah, he's the actual designer, and then we told him basically what we wanted to mass produce to kind of meet the needs of our students.
And again, these are American made. They're made in Michigan. So I mean, that's great. A lot of the cutout knives and hawks and throwers are made overseas. Obviously, this is a higher quality. 1098 high carbon steel. Stay tuned. I'm going to throw these in just a second. Okay, guys. So I'm back from the woods and back with my boy Snake Blocker, and we've tested these out. And I'll tell you, they throw just as good as he says. And not only are they throwers, and they're fun. Throwing if you take a look at my stuff here, one thing that everyone always says to me is, yeah, but can you throw it? And you really all the time, no matter how nice or how expensive your product is, they just want to throw it. And not everything is meant to be thrown. These are meant to be thrown, right? And do you know what the retail on these are going to be?
The retails are going to be approximately, I want to say, you could buy like a pair for about $100, and that way you got both. So you're talking about $50 each.
$50 a piece, about $100 for a good set. Okay, and Tell me now. Also, you're talking. I mean, these are throwers and they're advanced trainers. But I'll tell you, this is a functional tool. So, especially being a high carbon steel. So tell me, I mean, I would, do my EDC, but realistically, how would you carry these?
Well, I wanted to go back a step too because you talked
Okay.
about the multifunction on them.
Okay.
People like you that are survivalists, bushwhackers, if you think, hey, if I'm in a survival situation, you want to be able to dig, you want to be able to chop branches for firewood, you want to be able to, cut fish or cut small game. So this can do all that.
Okay.
Which is kind of nice. Plus, you have the ability to throw it, so small squirrels, chipmunks, even little rabbits, stuff like that.
Right.
You get proficient at this stuff, and you can get small game with these types of throwing objects. And then also, we're talking about earlier the compactness of them. It's not a big, long tomahawk. So
Right.
when you're in survival, just look at the comparison. So.
Right.
We tell people all the time, if you talk to some of these survivalists, they say, well, if I could find something 5 ounces lighter, a tent that's 2 inches shorter, that does the same job, I want to do that.
That describes me.
Yeah, because if you're going a mile, it doesn't matter. But when you're
Right.
going 100 miles, every ounce that you step, and you can decrease and save your hydration by lowering your size and your the weight. It's going to be you're going to get tired wielding that around if it's a heavy axe for long range, for long distance. This is really nice. So compactness, weight for travel, and then the final thing I want to talk about is that thinness. See how thin this is?
Mm-hmm.
So not only does it function as compact and lightweight, but it functions as concealment. So you have a motorcycle. People, I'm in motorcycle groups are like, hey, I want to carry it, but I don't want something big and bulky. I'd love to carry a Tomahawk, but they're too bulky. They're going to be shown on my motorcycle. Well, this can hide in a motorcycle pouch, never be known it's there. You have false bottoms on the motorcycle side pouches. You could hide that pretty well. Same thing with the knife. You can hide this under your seat of your car. Easy access. Pull it out. You can put it on the side of your legs, like you were talking about earlier, in your backside. You could even carry 2 or 3 of them, and they're very unnoticeable if you have a thick jacket during wintertime.
Cool.
So as far as that area of it, it's going to cover all those bases.
These are awesome. I've enjoyed testing these out, and I'll tell you, they do exactly what he says, and I definitely wouldn't really EDC it down my leg, but but these are the Snake Blocker series, the God Country Core, and the Lipan Apache, made in America, 1098 high carbon steel. My buddy Snake Blocker, in case you don't know who he is Lipan Apache, right? He teaches Apache battle tactics. Some people know him from Deadliest Warrior, and most recently Doomsday Preppers.
Correct.
Yeah, Doomsday Preppers, and he's definitely a brother in training with me, and as always, well, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Wason Johnny Ty, Kuma Survival School. What's your website? I know you have a survival site now.
Snakeblockersurvival.com, or snakeblocker.com, or blockeracademy.com.
That's a lot of .coms. I'm going to put them down right here, and it's Wason Johnny Ty with the Kuma Survival School. That's CUMA survivalschool.com, www.kumasurvivalschool.com. As always, stay safe, stay sharp.